Welcome back to Jimmy's Toys and Games. Today we're going to be talking about Space Tale, Every Journey Leads Home, that was released on November 3rd, 2022. It was published by RedDeer.Games, developed by a company called Longterm Games, which is based in Poland, and this is actually Longterm Games' first title. I do want to say thank you to RedDeer.Games for providing me with a game code for this title. This is not a paid promotion, but I did receive the game for review, so thank you so much. In this 2.5D puzzle adventure platformer, you play as an astronaut dog named Bee. She is trying to find her way back home after crashing on this alien world. As you go through the game, you gain new abilities, you make new friends, and they help you accomplish different tasks on these different worlds, planets. The levels are mostly linear, so I wouldn't consider this a Metroidvania, even though it does have some of those elements that you would see in a Metroidvania. I started playing the game on the day it was released, and I think based on the gallery where you unlock the lore of different things, I think I'm roughly halfway through the game. And there is definitely some difficulty here. It's not like excruciatingly hard, and it's not super easy. Like it's got a good balance of trying to solve certain puzzles, destroy certain items, access a certain area. As you go along, you do get new abilities which help you do different things. As I mentioned, a lot of the gameplay is really based on how you use your senses as a dog. When you press R, you can choose between hearing, sight, and smell. And so in different levels, you can smell the item you're looking for and you follow your nose, almost like Scooby-Doo, to the thing you're looking for. In some levels, you would hit R and then you select the eyesight, and then you can see where a scanner is looking or an enemy is looking, so to avoid their gaze, to avoid an alarm. And then with the sound, there's certain things that you can't make sound next to, or a door will close if you make noise, that sort of thing. So you have different indicators of how to travail certain little parts of the game. And again, some of this stuff does remind me a little bit of Metroid Dread. Visually, it looks kind of like Ori and the Blind Forest, but I do see a few similarities here and there to Metroid Dread. I do think this game is very pretty. I love the art style. I love the fact that I'm playing as a dog. I love dogs. I have a rescue dog named Thea, and she's pretty fantastic. One thing I guess I'll say about the graphics. In the background on the Switch, I see some pixelation, some jagged edges. So I think maybe theoretically, because I haven't played the Steam version, that might be a little smoother, might be a little more crisp, at least in theory. Again, I don't know that for certain. I like the sound, I like the music. One of the things I think is really unique here, the cutscenes aren't just video. Sometimes it's like gameplay footage type cutscenes, but often there is beautiful artwork. And then the words are on the bottom of the screen, but there's also a very nice voiceover. There's this really calm male voice. It kind of reminds me of Aaron Mahnke from the podcast Lore, if you've ever heard that. That might be a point of reference. But I think that's one of the nicest parts of the game. It kind of adds a little bit more feeling to the story, gives you a little more, I don't know. There's just something about that certain je ne sais quoi. I've enjoyed playing this game thus far. And again, I think I'm roughly halfway through. I don't know exactly. But I wanted to get this video out as soon as I could. And so I wanted to go ahead and share my thoughts with where I'm at right now. And so if this game sounds interesting to you, normally it's $19.99 for the Nintendo Switch. Right now it's actually 30% off and it's only $13.99. Also, I saw on Instagram that the developer of the game actually has decided to donate 1% of all their profits to the World Wildlife Fund. And so if that gives you any extra incentive to go out and get the game, I thought I'd pass that along. I think this is one of the better indie games I've played this year, personally. I mean, I know there's tons of them, but I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm looking forward to see what other things Longterm Games has in store for the future. Apparently some of those people that work there came from CD Projekt Red and some other developers. So even though this was their first game as a studio, this is not the people working there's first rodeo, so to speak. If you want to hear some of my thoughts about another recent indie game, you might want to watch this video right up here.